Well, it's actually a little bit different. Actually, I've always seen a chiropractor for back pain, but I was involved in a little fender bender. I was the third car in a domino effect where one car hit the second car, which then hit me. And because of that, a few days later, I experienced pain. It wasn't something that was immediate. Matter of fact, I was helping people, making jokes about things, and then about 3 or 4 days later, then it really hit. And it just seemed like the chiropractor couldn't get in there to do any adjustments because everything was too tight and it was too painful. So he's like, oh, we can't adjust you today. You're completely swollen, those kind of things. So I started looking for a massage therapist, and Debbie just happened to be someone close to my area. So I went in there and I talked to her first because I have to kind of interview people before, I can sit down and say, okay, you can work on me. So talked to her first, liked what she had to say, and our first session was long. But by the time I left there, I felt so much better. And considering that I had a hard time just walking and doing the things that I normally was doing, I had a hard time. I couldn't even clean the house, which is bad for me because I really clean. So, but I'm a sales rep, which means I'm always carrying something. I've always had a computer in the left hand, a bag in the right hand. And sometimes when you're dealing with pain like that, it's really hard, especially if you have to stand for a long period of time and wait on people. So I was having a very tough time, and I didn't want medication per se. I wanted to try and fix this without ignoring exactly what was happening to my body. So she was pretty much what I needed. Well, it makes me more productive. Like I said, I'm in sales, and it's extremely hard to work when you don't feel good. But it's even harder to work when you're in pain. Being with Debbie, letting her do this, and now I come pretty much regular with her too. I just like how I feel. I can do more. My time is more my time instead of slow poking around. I don't have to worry about the bag anymore. People in sales, especially pharmaceutical sales, they'll tell you things that hurt constantly. Your feet always hurt because you're in heels 24/7 pretty much. Your posture is never that great because you're always lopsided because you got a computer, you got a shoulder back, you got things of that nature. I needed things that would actually complement my lifestyle, and this helps me do that. I play. I have a puppy. We play fetch. We go walks. We do all of those kind of things. Well, guess what? When you're in pain, you don't want to do any of that either. You don't want to cook. You don't want to clean. You don't want to do much of anything. You do what you have to do. And that's the point I was at. I was doing what I had to do, and everything else was kind of just sitting by the wayside. So it was actually good. Now I'm doing everything like I used to do, and that's what it's all about. Debbie has personality. A lot of massage therapists, they don't. They don't take the time to get to know the person. They don't take the time to figure out what makes them tick. And they really don't listen to what the problems are. I'm very self-aware. I know when I'm hurting, and I know kind of like what area I'm hurting, or I'm like, hey, there's a twinge here. Most people ignore that kind of stuff. Debbie does not. If I sit up there and say, oh, I just felt something when you did that, she's like, really? Okay, let's do it again. And she's going to work you. And not only that, but she's going to work you to get it done. And that's the difference. Most people, they're like, okay, your time is up. See you next week. She's not like that. I don't think I've ever had a 1 hour session with Debbie yet. She's someone who actually cares. So, if you got a problem, she's one of the best ones that you could actually see because she will not stop unless you tell her, okay, please stop. But otherwise, she's not going to stop. She's not going to do any of those things. She's going to keep working at it until you get the relief that you need. What more can you ask for? How many massage therapists do you know actually can read an x-ray and can explain it to you in layman's terms? These are the things that she knows. She's very much good at what she does. These are qualities that you want when you have pain. These are qualities that you actually need. You need somebody that's going to be in your corner that will say, okay, let's try this method. I read about this. Or let's try this. I've done this. Or let's just see what happens when you do this, this, and this. That's the kind of person that you want in your corner. And that's what Debbie does.